Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Bhavadu Sahana Bhunaktu Sakaviryam Karavavagai Tejasvina Vadidamastuma Vitvishavage. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Om Sargasthiti Pralayaketum Achintya Shaktim Vishweshwaram Vidida Vishwam Anandamurtim Nirmukta Bandhanam Aparasuta Samburasi Sri Vallabham Vimalabodhakanam Namami Yasya Prasada Ahameva Vishnuhu Mayeva Sarvam Parikalpitam Cha Ittam Vijanami Sathatma Rupam Tasyan Kripatmam Pranadosmi Nityam. Good morning, Namaskaram. So we are in the Vaakya Vritti. We are in the 11th verse to start. And what we discussed in the last class, the Guru is now expounding or inquiring the Tatvamasi. It's a Vaakya Vritti, but we learned Padartha Bodham Vaakya Nirupanam, Vakyat Nirupanam. Unless you know, unless you understand the meaning of the words, both by itself and by the context in which it is used, you cannot make sense of the sentence. So therefore, in Tattvam Asi, there are three words. The Kriyapadam is Asi. Asi means are. Second person singular. Because the Guru is looking at the Sishya and say, Tadu Tvam Asi. Tadu means that. Tvam means you. Then, why are we not learning the Tat Padam first? Because Tat Padam is what the first word. But we are starting with Tvam. In the Shastra Jnanam, in the learning of Vedanta, the Tvam Padartham is important. In fact, this is also common sense. So if I have to tell you, hey, have you seen the Museum of Moving Images? And you say, where is it about? Then I say, do you know London Bridge? Yeah. You know the Big Ben? Yeah. So what I'm giving you that you know. Prasiddha anuvadena aprasittam nirupaniyam. What you know is used or explored so that what is unknown is proved. So in Tat Tvam Asi, what are you familiar with or supposed to be knowing with? Not that. That is God, or that is whatever Brahma, we don't know. That is aprasiddha. But Tvam is that you know, you must know, you ought to know. So in that sense also it is nice to take the Tvampada Vicharam. And the Tvampada Vicharam, what is Tvampada Vicharam means? Who am I? Now that question, when you are able to ask, not because you are hallucinating, not because you are mentally unstable, not for that reason, not because you have dementia, but when you are in a fully cognizant of your life, but you carry this question, it becomes a seeking, a search. That means you are evolving spiritually and you somehow not identifying with what others see you, who you are. Not this body, not this mind, not this mood, not this whole picture of me when I'm 10 years old. So there is something which you think nobody understands, even you don't understand, but there is something inside. So Vedanta comes and tells you that unless you know it, who you really are, the supreme knowledge which gives you liberation is impossible. Otherwise, you will be in a samsaric circle, whether it's being a very punyatma, transcending from loka to loka, leading a beautiful life, or punya papa mishram, that you are struggling like you and I. Does not matter. You are in the samsara. So samsara nivaranam is this atmajnanam. Atmajnana nirupanam. Atmajnana anubhuti. Not just a knowledge, but the realization. So having got that question, and people are not able to contemplate on the question because so many house chores are coming and distracting you. And if you're not capable of seeing a bigger picture, then you say, okay, let me not deal with these chores. I'll go and take a sannyasam. So you take, called Vivida sannyasam. That means you are going in a travel where your time and space are totally for you to explore who you really are. Does it help? We don't know. Maybe it helps. Maybe it doesn't help. But you are driven to the point that you think the current context, the context where you are, the sanghas you have, satsangam you have, it may be good, but they may be burying you into samsara. Every time you go to temple, they give you what is the parigara for your guru pechi or your diabetic cure, what is additional grace you need from Swami. This yajnam you must do. So everything is making you believe in a form in which you exist for the world as your real form. You may have to do all those things because when you deal with the world, you need to deal with this. No question about it. Here we are talking about, hey, I am not that. I am something beyond. So that's a search. But it doesn't need to be wandering away from your chores. That's fine. Because even if I go to Rishikesh and Mount Kailash or somewhere in a cave, I sit there, meditate, nobody is there. But my mind is thinking about my standing order in the bank, my mortgage payment, my children's education. So I have not left the burden of my life at home. I carry it in my mind. So my dress, my beard, my renunciation of the world is just not there to take me out. So this contemplation, therefore, when the question comes to you, means you hold on to it. So I'm just saying this, it doesn't mean you renunciate life, you become a monk, People may say, hey, why you are 20 years old, go to Vedanta class. You can wait for the retirement age. If you want to go and learn something, do some bhajans or you do something like that. Because they are afraid. Because Vedantam, in a way, especially Advaita Vedantam, it makes you die from the death. You know what I mean? You die away from the death. You die away from the fear. That means you are disowning things that binds you. That means I am completely free. If I am completely free, I'm completely capable of doing anything in this world. So it is not that I am going to run away from the world. The world is, after all, what God created to play. It's a bogam. Life has to enjoy. Because we take life seriously, and we had the other way. Life has to be fun. For that fun to happen, you have to be either a performing artist or a first-class audience watching it. So this is what it is. So we start on the question, who am I? Then we know that I am not what Vedanta calls anatma. Because this body is what I have today is not there last year. 10 years back, maybe I look a little bit younger. Where is it gone? It's gone. If somebody tells me, hey, Raja, you are that person I saw you wearing a tie and a suit and all that. Now you are not. So you are not this. You cannot say. Because he knows that was the body and this was a body. That was not me. Any object of experience is not me. I'm not a mixture of many components. I'm not a fleeting change. I'm not that comes and goes. So a lot of Mahatmas given you different ways to look at it, and what it is that you analyze everything that you see, that you experience is not you. It is the most common sense, right? Why should I say I'm not the tree? I know it. Why should I tell you you are not me? You know it. But the moment you come to things in which you attach a prefix my, you get confused. My body, perfectly fine. I'm not well. Why? The body is not well. See, the my becomes I. The my is a big cheeky monkey. If you don't, in fact, I think exercise, I keep giving you little contemplation exercise because Vedanta, especially this part of the Vedanta, cannot be learned, cannot be taught by the teacher. Teacher can give you a lot of information and guides. The learning and the assimilation is by you, is by me, by you, every one of us. Because this is about knowing oneself. This is like how does this cake taste? No matter how many lectures I give you, you won't enjoy it unless you taste it. So you have to contemplate, you have to ask the question. So you have to be 100% certain in this definition that you are not all this that you see in this world, including your body, including your mind, because you see your mind. I don't see the mind. No, you do, because you see the thoughts. You think I think. You think I am angry. You think I am anxious. You think my thoughts are running here and there. So you are aware what is going on. So, but I am associated with this. So I have this body. I cannot just completely say the body is not me. It has got a part to play, right? Granted. Right now, let's take that step, because let's go step by step. Yes, I understand I'm not the body, I'm not the mind. I'm not even the reason why I am in this body, because there's a reason is the insentient object. But I have something to do with this body. Okay. Then am I this body plus something else? If you call the body not myself, so am I the self and not myself? Yeah. The word for self is Atma. The word for not self is anatma. So therefore, I come to the reasoning, I am an Atma and Anatma combination. So far, you must not have any doubt. This is all just simple common sense. Something called Anatma, which I can do the benchmark testing. It is coming and going, changing, blah, blah, blah. I can experience and all that. But there's something which I cannot define because I'm not Anatma, therefore I'm something else. The something else is Atma. The plus sign is a little bit of a complicated now. So you think plus means they are together. But we are going to say later The plus is a superimposition. That means the plus doesn't actually exist. In other words, anatma actually doesn't exist. You are atma. So that is a PhD. Somewhere we go for that. Now you're the undergrad. Just take it. Atma and anatma together. Okay, now what do I say about myself? I say Jivatma. I want to say a short word. Okay, say Jiva. But whether you say Jiva or Jivatma, you mean you are a combination of Atma and Anatma. The Anatma is my body. I can see it. And because you learned Tattvabodha, you know that body is not just the physical, because when I'm dead, the physical body is there, I'm not there. There's no breathing, there is no thoughts, there's no movement. So there is a subtle body. There is a Sthula Sariram and there's a Sukshma Sariram. What is a Sukshma Sariram? Remember Tattvabodha? Sukshma Sariram is a form of energy in you that makes his body, the insentient matter, the body, to become animated. How does it get animated? Because there is a prana shakti. And there are indriyas. There is a mind. There's a memory. There's a buddhi. So we call it panjendriyas, panchapranas, five jnanendriyas, five karmendriyas. No, I'm not elaborating, you know all this. And then panchaprana, 15. Then manam, manas, chittam, memory, buddhi, 18. See? Then ahankaram, 19. The 19 forms your sukshma sarira. You know, in the Ayyappa puja, you know, people travel to Sabrimala and then they transcend the 18 steps. They carry some coconuts and put some ghee, and then they go up there and then put the ghee to the Swami. And the ghees are, you know, the Nai Nirappal, they call it. It's a very holy ritual. What they do, they take a coconut. There are 3 eyes to the coconut. They open up one eye. If you look at the 3 eyes, there'll be 2 in the bottom and the 1 on the top. You take the top eye, open it, empty the water content, which was running around in the inside, and then fill with the pure ghee. Seal it up, and you carry it. Forget about the second part of the Irumudi. That's the first main part. You take 18 steps, and then if you cross 18 steps, you'll see people who are going to Sabrimala would know. The moment you start 18 steps, you see Swami in the front of it. You feel so joyful. And then the priest takes the coconut, remove this cover, and then pour the ghee on it. You feel enthralled. And then you put your transaction list. Let me get my lottery winning. Let me get my promotion. You put all these things. You completely ridicule your whole pilgrimage by this prayer. That's a different story. The 18 steps. Tattvartham is these 18 elements of your Sukshma Sarira. Because the physical body in the Ayyappa Vritam, you purify it. You almost disown it. You know, people going to Mala, they don't do the shaving, men or women, they don't do anything, clean themselves, but fasting. So basically they discard this body, but just use it as a tool. They mean they are crossing the Sthula Sariram. Then they have to control the Indriyas, Pranas, Manas, Buddhi, everything. So 18 steps are the 18 part of it. 15 Panjendriyangal, Karmendriyam, Jnanendriyam, Panchaprana, 15. Then Manam, Chittam, Buddhi, 18. What is left? Ahankaram. Ahankaram is the bhava. Then you surrender the ahambhavam. That means you give the ahambhavam to Swami. That means I don't exist. I'm not the body. I'm not this mind, then who you are? I am pure Chaitanya. How do you say that? I brought it symbolically. See the coconut? I remove all this tender water inside, which just making a lot of chalanam. It's my mind. I emptied it. How did I empty it? Through my sattva guna. I opened up the third eye, which is the sattva guna. And what is filled with now? Chaitanya, myself, my Atma. Oh, you are a different Atma? Absolutely not. I am you. Then the ghee is poured on the Ayyappa. Ayyappan is the Paramatma. So the mantra of Sabrimala is tatvamasi. I'm just digressing, but I wanted to understand how beautiful even a ritual, any puja you do, our rishis are so kind and compassionate. They will unpack or pack a wonderful Vedantam inside. Because you will ask one day, I go to Sabrimala every year, what is the point of that? I go take some coconut, I climb my 18 steps. What's so big deal? You know? Then when you ask the question with the intent to learn, welcome to Vedanta. Now, if you learn that, then these 18 steps make sense to you. So this is what I'm saying. So you can remove the stula sukshma karma sarya. I want this. Therefore, I am okay to say I exist in this body, mind, and thing. So you can call me Raja by identifying the body, because I can also give some credit to it. And this doesn't require great tattvartham. It's vachyartha, the meaning of the word. But what is Atma? Atma is going to listen to this Guru next sloga. Sat, Chit, and Anand. This is Sat. You are eternal. Existence, you are Sat. I'm existence. Won't I die? No. Are you sure? Yes. What is death then? Death is removing this body. So what happens to me? It's up to you. You may go to another body if you want to. Or you can be one with this nature. Are you sure? Yes. And you are Ananda. What is Anandam? Joy. No, I'm miserable. Every day I'm suffering because so many problems are there. Well, this is not Anandam. This is Sukha Dukkham. Of course, we use the word Anandam very casually. This is Dehanandam, you can say. I would say you just say Sukham. Sukham, Dukkham are two sides of the same coin. It's like a swing. If it goes this side, it is Sukham. You bet it will come back to this Dukkham. Almost equal measure it will come someday. Because the more you enjoy it, if you and I buy a fancy phone, an Apple phone, you bought one, I bought one. But I am so passionate about the phone. You are not. And both of us lost the phone one day, same day. My grief is more than your grief. Because same thing, same Apple phone gone, same loss. Why does it create more grief in me? You didn't ask me the question, why do you create more joy in me? Because joy, we take it for granted. Joy we'll never question. When joy comes in, we think it's the reason why we don't question joy, because joy is anandam in a way. So it's your own nature. That's why you don't get up in the morning and say, call up my GP and say, something wrong with me. I'm so happy, GP. What am I wrong with? Would you give me medicine? No, you don't say that. Because if you're happy, you think, hey, that's me. The moment you have a trouble, is not your nature. So, but here the Anandam is not the Sukham. That's the reason why Vedanta uses another word, Anantam. So you can say Sat Chit Anantam as well as Anandam. Anantam means endless. If something is endless, infinite, what does it mean? It is filling everything, right? If it's filling everything, what is called fulfilled? Is fulfillment joy or sadness? Fulfillment is not ecstasy, it's not pleasure, it's not anxiety. Fulfillment is bliss. Fulfillment is contentment. Fulfillment is peace. So, Ananta is Ananda. Ananda. So, how do you say this? A mountain exists. It is a sat. Is it happy? I don't know. Because it doesn't move. It doesn't worry about anything else. Lightning strikes, cloud strikes, bird strikes, river split the mountain. Mountain still happy. Therefore, maybe it is Anandam as well. But does it know it is happy? At least I don't know. But I know I am happy. I know I exist. Therefore, I am the awareness. So Vedanta gives you what is indescribable, that is you, that is I, the real I, the Atma, in 3 words. They are not adjectives, they just describe them as Sat, Chit, and Ananda. Existence, awareness or consciousness, and bliss infinite. We don't know this yet. That's why it's called Lakshyartha. Lakshyartha means, Lakshyam means it's a derived meaning. You need to really look towards this. So this is what the teacher is going to teach now. See, the thing is, the teacher does not start with the Anatma. That's the reason why I brought the Anatma into this, because he assumed you know all the 6. You already know that I am Atma and Atma Sangamam. That's how you come. Now you're only going to focus on Atma. Like focusing, like when a doctor needs to treat a kidney stone, what does he do? He put you in a stretcher, put some local anesthesia. He doesn't care about your face, chest, your leg. He just put just the light on that area where the kidney is there. And then he said, okay, bring the knife, cut it, to open it. So he's just focusing on that, right? That's what you're going to focus. Just focus on Tvam Padam. And now we know I'm not an Atma. The Atma, I need the Lakshyartham, not the Vachyartham. What is that? So from this onwards, I mean, this mantram and the next mantram, you will see Lakshyartha definition, 11 and 12. And 13 onwards, the means to achieve that. So what does the Guru says? Andakarana Tat Vritti Sakshi Chaitanya Vigraha Anantarupa Satya Sankim Natmanam Prapasaschide Andakarana Tat Vritti Sakshi Chaitanya Vigraha. He's saying the Lakshyartham will tell you what is Atma. Again, every time when you hear the word Atma, don't keep it somewhere distant, Atma, you say I, Aham. So what is the Atma? What am I? Who am I? The one whose nature, Vigraha, Swarupam. Vigraham means Swarupam, the essence. is Chaitanya. Chaitanya means pure consciousness, awareness. Like what? The witness, Sakshi, of the internal instruments or the Sukshma Sarira, Antakaranaha. And also, and all the modifications in the Antakarana. Antakarana is what? Anatma, insentient. What is Antakarana? Chittam, Manam, Buddhi, Ahankara. These are the Antakaranas. So, Chaitanyam is that which is witnessing this four Antakaranas, witnessing also their modification. Let's experiment that. Briefly close your eyes and then see what thought came into your mind. A thought came into your mind. Now, did you see the thought? Yeah, because you asked me to see it, I saw it, you say. So you can see there is an awareness and there is a thought. Of course, the awareness, you don't capture it because awareness appears to you as a thought. Contemplate. Every thought is a vritti. Vritti means a bubble coming from the water. Boom, it comes there. Either it comes from the outside, from the air, a stone comes and drops, a ripple comes in the water, or something under the surface of the water, on the ground, something erupts and a bubble comes up. Same way in your mind, which is like a Manasarovar, completely pure Nischalam, which we will not have it. That is a Maya Shakti. That is a Chandi we talked about. It's absolutely Nischalam. But your karma vasanas creates a bubble from underneath. Otherwise, why do you think of a monkey just now? You think of monkey because I told you. So therefore, there is an interruption coming from the interaction you have, like a stone dropped into the water. But if you're thinking an Anjaneya, that is your vasana. The point I'm trying to say, thought is not something coming out because you plan to think. To be honestly, you cannot think. We say I think very easily because I am aware of a thought that is coming through. You can put a prayatnam, you can put a vritti into this, no problem. The vritti has to happen. But everything is being witnessed. A thought comes, it goes down. Another thought comes, it goes down. What this frequency, that oscillation that goes, is called a vritti. Chitta vritti, this is. So when you plot it in a curve, it's not a very beautiful sine curve. It is not harmonic. It just goes depending on your state of mind. And then you control it to make it go beautiful resonance. How do I do that? Just watch it. When you watch it, the mind calms down, the breathing slows down. That's what japam is all about. When you do dhyanam, we use the word, we use a phrase, Om Namo Narayanaya. It's a catchphrase. I use it, I repeat it. Okay, and when I repeat it, because like in a child, when a child is sleeping, you see, you can sing a wonderful song, you can sing a Tyagaraja Kirtana, it won't sleep. And the moment you come to the point, it goes to sleep. The harmonic sound goes. Because something which makes you called lion. But there is a witness watching it. When you do japam also, we do the japam mala, use the mala, we count it, we say, oh, take 54 beats, 108 beats, count this way, count that way. Half the time, when you do the Gayatri mantra, any mantra, you say, your mind is going on counting, right? Oh, how many times I told you? I told this mantra, oh, I forgot. Let me use the japa mala, count it. If you go this time, upside 54, downside 54, I finished, and so that's all fine. What's the tattvartham, lakshyartham there? Each bead is a vritti, a thought. So like the bead are there in the chain, the thoughts keep on coming on this mind. But between two beads, in the gap, there is a thread called sutratma. That thread is what connects all these thoughts. Your focus is to be on the thread. How can I do that? Wait for the thought to subsidize. The thought comes to an end. Before the next thought comes in, you are there. That is a presence. Otherwise, the thought wraps you in a time. Mind is a time. Thought is a time. The moment I have a thought, I lost my present. The thought takes you away. The next thought comes in. But when the thought finishes and the other thought comes in, the tranquil gap that you have, the pause, the silence that you have, is pure awareness. That's what I say. That is a chit. That andakarana sakshi. Okay, I do all this exercise. You say, what's the point of that? The point of that is because when you're watching it on that blissful state, you are totally blissful. You are anantarupaka. Okay, interesting. So awareness, I can understand. When I can focus the awareness, and I am awareness, I am eternal, I am Atma. And you are Satya. It's not just, oh, I didn't do this exercise. I'm not really blissful. I'm not watching it. That means I'm no more an Atma? No. Whether you watch it or not, your awareness is always there. That's why sometimes, in hypnosis, they bring you back something in your memory that you witnessed, but you are not able to recognize it in your cognizant. Why? Because the mind did not really take that into any good faith. Mind didn't want it. I'm talking to you now. If your mind is somewhere else, you may be listening to me, but you won't get it. Or you'll be reading a book and somebody calling you, don't listen, because the book, you are focusing on that. But did the audible sound come to your ears? Yes. Did the brain recognize there's a sound? Yes. Did the brain log that sound? Yes. But was it any use? No. Why? Mind did not care about it. But who cared about it? The consciousness. That is, in induced hypnosis, sometimes this log that is there in your mind comes out. Yes, I saw the person. You didn't tell me before. I tell you on a hypnosis because it comes out of it. Like a rear view mirror of the car, you look at the rear view mirror and a lot of images coming there. When you look at it, you recognize and do something else. When you don't look at the rear view mirror, do you think there's nothing there? No, everything is there. Everything is there. Because that is the sakshi for what is going behind. So, Satyam, Anandam, Chaitanya. That's what it is. So what the Guru is trying to say is that you are that. If so, Sankim means eva. If that is the case, given that, Atmanam na prapatyase. Atmanam is a na atmanam prapatyase. Say Atmanam na prapatyase. I'm telling you, my dear boy, you are the Satchidanandam. If that is the case, why don't you recognize it? He is Akshepam. The Akshepam is good to give him that confidence. Hey, how can he not know that you are capable of doing this? Come on, you can do it. Like we say that. Same way, he is giving you the answer, but putting a confidence on his mind that you can indeed see it. Next mantra. Satyananda Swarupam Disakshinam Bodha Vigraham Chintayatmadaya Chintayatmaya Chintayatmadaya Nityam Atteva Dehadikandyam Satyananda Swarupam Disakshinam Bodha Vigraham. Let's take it first. Satyananda Swarupam is exactly what he said in the 11th mantra. You are Satyananda Swarupam. You are Sat Chittananda. Exactly like what the last mantra says. Use the word Swarupam. What is Rupam means? Rupam means form. Swa Rupam means self form, the form of yourself. Swarupam. Sometimes no. So sometimes so you tell the child, don't be naughty. I get very angry, then you will see my Swarupam. We say that, right? We say Swarupam. That means we ourselves know this is not my nature. My nature is bigger. Of course, we meant to be an angry person, but that's not your Swarupam. Swarupam is your real essential nature. It is Satchidananda. So he is repeating that. See, there's going to be a lot of repetition because there's nothing else Vedanta can tell you, because this is the ultimate truth. But it gives you a different flavor so that somehow you get hooked onto it and then you start meditating upon it. Okay. So Satyananda Swarupam is yours. The Sakshinam Bodha Vigraha. The means Buddhi. You are the Sakshi for the Buddhi. What is Buddhi? Chittam, Manas Chittam, Buddhi, Ahankaram. The Ahankaram, we'll go to the later, is a reflected consciousness, but the Buddhi is the instrument which animated, which brings the thought and awareness together. It's a platform in which awareness looks for thoughts to come, and then you are aware. Understand? Don't call it intellect. Intellect is an act of analyzing it. It's not intelligence. Intelligence is awareness. Buddhi is a fantastic part of the mind, totally reflective, on which things are formed by the mind and the sense instruments. The formation is decoded and it creates an objective experience. The awareness is just watching it. Mind is enjoying it. Understand? Dhi means Buddhi. Dhi Sakshinam. Bodhi Vigraham. Vigraham means, as I told you, a sense. Bodhi means Jnanam, awareness. This is that. Okay. What I should do? Chintayatmadaya Nityam. You have to Chintaya. Chintaya means meditate on that. On that what? That I am the Satchidanandam. I am the Atma. So he's telling you, don't focus on the Anatma. Focus on the Atma. Hey, Anatma also coming with me. Doesn't matter. Let it hang around like a shadow comes along with you. Let the body comes along with you. The mind comes along with you. Let the birth comes along with you. But you are not bothered about that. You ignore it. Okay, I do it now. I ignore it now. Then next half an hour, and I'm leaving the class. There's no such discussion about it. I don't think about it. So he says, Chintaya Atmadaya within yourself, Nityam. Think all the time, not just now, because it is about you. So your false notion had to be dropped, your true nature had to be there. So you must always think, I am Satchidananda. It doesn't mean when I go to office, you say, you don't say, I am Satchidananda. You say, I am Yogesh, I am Balaji, I am Raja, I am Lakshmi, I am Saraswati. You can say all that. That you are able to role play it. But in your adhyatmam, in your internal thing, I am Satchidananda. I would say practically where do you use it? The contemplation part of it. Every time when you're down, when you're in the dumps, when you are grieving, when you're afraid, when the jealousy comes and hits you, the animosity comes and hurts you, when I'm afraid, think, no, I am Satchidananda. I'm not, I'm not ridiculed like this. I'm not inferior. I am the supreme. Who is going to stop you? Your bhavana. It's not a bogus one because that's the truth. So you are every right to that. So it is not arrogance. Because you know that when you think you are the supreme one, everybody can think the supreme one. So everybody is supreme. Everybody is divine. But here you are doing that in a practical sense to overcome the mental entrapment of burying you in a sorrow. See, I went to this party and this man didn't even talk to me. I am hurt. Why? Why invite that one? I had a nice car, but I saw your car, it is better than mine. So I am hurt. So all these things comes to you to bury you because you think it's my car. See, the my is what I said. I give you the contemplation. Try who you are not. And, we always say me and I, oh, I did this. I did this. I am the one. It's me. It's me. My child, my singing, my fame, my book, my writing, my. How do we you leave it there. Okay. I is very difficult right now. You cannot really give up, but I will fall itself. You don't need a prayatnam for it. I will fall itself. So let it be there. Let I be there. But the me can go. Why should I say, this is my car? This is my house. This is the house I live. That's fine. What I'm saying is, just for experiment's sake, maybe today, the whole day, try not to say me or my. Try just using I. If you want to say this is my car, you can say this is the car I drive. You can say that. Same meaning, not the me, not the my. Because the moment you say my, the my make you think that what you call it my is you. Attachment comes in. Ragadvesham comes in. It's my, it's not yours. It is yours, it's not mine. So avoid using my just for this exercise. I also give you another insight so that you can remember this. Me and I. Me, we say, right? The reason I say me, because I want people to recognize me. Oh, Raja is a good person. Garland him, do things. Then I put my head there. It's me. Take a picture. Me. But who is this me? It is just a matter. I am for the matter. Matter is insentient, inert. This body is inert. Anatma. No. They're not putting the garland for me, but they give me the garland for my thoughts, my books, my good things, good thinking, blah, blah, blah. All this is my Shakti. Shakti is energy. Me, the E is energy. The M is a matter, E is energy. So all your things that you do with your power is E, because that makes you to say me, right? So me is a matter, me is an energy. Both matter and energy are insentient, inert. All this Shakti we talked about, right? Mahashakti, Mahamaya, Mahasaraswati, Mahakali, we discussed. Shakti, inert. Why? Because she abides in the Sachidanandam, the Parashivam, Parabrahmam. When the Parabrahmam Shakti comes out, the Chit Shakti is there. Chit Shakti is the Parabrahmam. I always say Chit Shakti, Parabrahmam. Jada Shakti is all the inert objects, all the worlds. So me and I can easily drop the me or the my, the derivative my, because it is just inert, useless, wasteful, because it makes me go and create expectation. Expectation means because I want people to recognize me. In Sanskritam, expectation is called apeksham. Apeksham means expectation. Why the apeksham comes in? Because you have a liking or a dislike. If you have a liking, ragadvesham. Ragadvesham means expectation. Expectation means grief, guaranteed. Samsaram is ragadvesham. That means apeksham is samsaram. So Bhagavan says in the Gita, anapeksha suchir daksha utasino tadavyatah sarvaramba parityagi yo mat bhaktah samepya. In 12th chapter, apeksha, who is indifferent to the world. Anapeksha. Apeksha opposite, anapeksha. Don't expect anything. Suchir, suchihi, pure. Takshaha, skillful. Udasinaha, who cares nothing about anything else. Tatavyataha, untroubled. Sarvaramba parityagi. Everything it sacrifice. Who is he? Mat bhaktaha, sa me priyaha. Bhagavan says, who is my loving devotee, who I love most? The one who has no expectation. Now we go to God and say, I've done this at 16 pradakshina, can I get my money back? Can I get my winning? Can I get my house? So you will be the last in the queue for Swami. Why you have to beg? Even if you ask Swami, it's a begging, right? Swami did not make you as a beggar. He made you rich, the supreme bliss. So just praise the Lord. Sometimes I like the biblical statement, just praise the Lord. Don't ask anything, just praise it. Anapeksham. So here, this is very important mantra, this is. So he says, first 11th mantra, he said, you are Atma Sachidanandam. 12th mantra, the Guru says, yeah, you are Sachidanandam, but just don't toss it as a knowledge. Don't go and give a lecture in 10 different places because you can articulate better than me. It's of no use. Chintayaka nityam. Contemplate every day. Think about it all the time. Because you are that Bodhi Vigraham. Okay, I do that. I take a sankalpam. All the time I'm going to think, I am that, I am that, I am that. Is that all? No. There's a condition, he says. Yaktva dehadigandhyam. Very important. Yaktva, tyaktva, sorry. Take that. Nityam tyaktva. Tyaktva means tyagam. You think, you contemplate that you are the Atma eternally after sacrificing Degadigamdhyam. Dehadi means this gross, subtle body. Adi means Adi Pada Artha means Sukshma Sariram, Karna Sariram. Deha means Annamaya Kosam. All this body is not, see, it's again, this is why it's so beautiful. You listen carefully. He's not saying Yaktva Deham, Dehadikam. No. He does not say sacrifice this body. He says sacrifice dhyam. Yaktva Dehadi Gam Dhyam. Gam means gachati, go. Dhyam means buddhi, di. The buddhi that goes into dehadis. How beautiful. He says, sacrifice your understanding that you are the body. That means he's saying, don't attach to an Atma. If you can sacrifice this, that means I'm not discarding my body. I'm not rejecting it, but I am not thinking it is me. So important, so beautiful. This is practical. See, I walk along the street. Hara Council has put in a lot of cherry trees in this St. Joseph Avenue. The wind has blown or something has fallen down. So I go there, I pick it up, tie it up, and go. I'm not attached to it. I'm not crying for it. I do what I need to do. So using this body and mind to do something to Dharma Rakshakam, absolutely fine, you should do it. But it doesn't affect me. That's what you do, right? So you can lead a life where you see, in other words, let's just take 5 minutes before I close it. We say, sacrifice life, right? Dhanam. We say, so and so has donated the tube light in the Swami Sanadi. I seen many years back in one of those great temple. I go there, bigger than the Swami's name. Some Maragadammal donated this tube light. We think, I donated for Rudrabhishek, Radha Kalyan. I don't. We say I contributed. Who are you to contribute? Whose money is that? It's not yours. You didn't bring anything to this world. Well, I worked on it, earned it. Yeah, you may earn it. You earned it for that debt, but it is not yours. So you cannot really give anything to anybody. Well, then how do I continue my charitable work? You do charitable work, you give whatever comes through to you to somebody else with the vinayam that it is Ishwararpanam. It is God has given this to you through me. Even through me, you can throw it away. Because you have no right actually to say, I gave. No, you don't give. You cannot give anything to anybody. I made 10,000 crocodiles and did that one. I worked very hard. No. You can say 10,000 crocodiles given to Swami. Don't say I. Don't say my. But only one thing you can sacrifice that is only in your hand is your own self that you think you are. That is ahambhavam, ahankaram. That's what it says. Dehadigam dhyam ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tektena bunjida makrita kastyam. Isha Upanishad, we saw that. This mantra, I really love it. Tena tektena bunjida. Tektena, give it away. What do you give it away? Give it away that you make creation this world. In Isha Upanishad is a very different context, but same meaning. There it says, you give it away what you create. Your job is not creation. Creator is God. Of course, someday you will say Aham Brahmasmi, that's different. So your job is to enjoy. Leelavati, Lalita Parameshwari, Tripura Sundari is Ambal. She creates. And she puts you down there as a little doll. Nanori Vilayattu Bommaya. You want that? Go and play. But you create a world. He's nice man. He's a bad person. That person is good. This person is bad. This community is a good community. I am that. So you create. What are you creating? Jiva Srishti. You create your own thing. And in a bubble you sit. That is hell. That is heaven for you. You will not break it until you can give it away. Tena tektena bujita. But what made me create the bubble and live in it? I and my. So you see how the freedom comes to you. Freedom is not something which is, gives you wings to fly somewhere. Freedom is to shed that binds you. It is not the policeman imprisoning you. It is you imprisoning yourself because you use these terms, me and mine and I, in everything you do. And every time you leave a trace of attachment to it, it's called passion in Sanskrit. In Tamil also passion. It's not love. Love is free. Love gives you freedom. Love is God. But attachment is as good as aversion. See, if you hate somebody, that's also attachment. Because you love to hate, right? So, Dvesham is bad, Ragam is bad. Love is all pervading. But you can only love everyone only when you love yourself. But how do you love yourself? You don't love yourself because you look at you and say, oh, gray hair, bald head, pot belly. How I see, oh, I hate myself, you say. Because you think you are the body. No, I am still this paripurnatvam. So then you see that the tejas, just makes you bright. Others may not see it, but you can see yourself. And then you walk as if that you have nothing to hide, nothing to entangle you. You are a free man, free person, free woman, free girl. So that is what Vedanta tried to do. It is not for something in the next life, it is for this life. So you have to do this tyagam of giving up this mamakaram first. Start with the mamakaram. Ahankaram will dissolve later. So when you give up that is called a sannyasam. Sannyasam is giving up your own ahankara. So we'll stop it now. But you have to do the contemplation of, then only you can pursue this. Om Asadoma Sadgamaya.
Om Asatoma Sadgamaya.
Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya.
Tamasoma
Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya.
Jyotirgamaya.
Mrityoma amrdham gamaya.
Mrityomamritam gamaya.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Hari Om Tassat.
Hari Om Astate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raja.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.